Hello, this is Igor, and this is the MT5 Analyst Reward 2013. My name is Igor, and I will try to describe my FX Igor strategy. First of all, one of the persons at a forum asked me why this strategy is called FX Igor strategy. I called using my name. I did that because I believe that every trader on the world should have its own strategy. So each strategy must be unique, and during the years traders and analysts learn to figure out Forex market in a unique way. So I believe that every follower of my strategy should develop this strategy more, and any kind of different strategy to develop, change, and adapt. This is very important thing. So let me go to talk about FX Igor strategy. First of all, this strategy has several steps, and those steps I described at my MT5 blog, and you can read about that at my FX Igor trading strategy. This video will be part of this page very soon, and this is my first video that I created for you. So I will try every week to show one by one video with trading ideas, and my second task would be to present and give answers on all your questions in the forum. So this is it. So let me go and let me start to talk about strategy. First thing that I want to talk about, and a lot of people make questions about this, and a lot of people talk about in the forum, and it is a RSI trend line. So for example, this is a pound dollar chart. We have RSI, and we can draw RSI trend line very easy. The first thing, I find the lowest low, where is the price, then I found the lowest low at RSI, and I draw line. This is it. But what is the problem with RSI? RSI trend line, the best trend line, is that line which connect a lot of spots. So if you, for example, have RSI that connect 3, 4, 5 important price levels, that kind of line, trend line, is very, very strong. This one is not strong. Very easy, price can go down, but this is not trend line, RSI trend line that I like, because I'm not confident in this. I need something different, something better. For example, I will show you Aussie dollar. This is a little bit better, much better. Why? This RSI trend line connect this price level here, and this price level here. So this is a 1, 2, 3 price levels. So when we see that price breaks this trend line here, as we can see, it is a price for Aussie dollar on daily chart 0.964, and we see that price very, very strong, bearish trend, started to go till 0.947. So like you see, it's about almost 200 pips down. So this is the real RSI trend line. Strong. The best thing for any kind of RSI trend line is to be around 45 degrees and to connect as much spots as it can. So this is in the same time answer on question at forum, because in forum one trader asked, just to find who is it. It's excellent question. It's excellent question, and that question was, yes, I see. Just to find this excellent question. I will find that. Yes. A lot of them. Yes, I see several of them asked that question. It's a question about why should you use expert advisor for this, and this is the answer why I do not use expert advisor, because I want to see manually, to draw manually, and to see that RSI trend line has several spots, that has a good shape, that is not choppy price. I want to decide. Any kind of expert advisor will create 15, 20 RSI trend lines in a month, and maybe I will only trade 3 or 4, but I will be 100 or 90% successful. And this is the real thing. I want to have good risk-reward ratio, but I want at the same time to have winning ratio good. So this is the answer to that very, very important question. So when we talk about RSI trend line, many traders draw trend lines to the charts by connecting rising low points or troughs in an uptrend or falling high points or peaks in a downtrend. Drawing trend line helps traders find strong entries for good risk to reward ratio. Remember that, risk-reward ratio. A similar approach can be applied to the RSI to find the right entry when the relative strength may be swinging in a new direction. Once a trend line break is taking place on the RSI, the trader can take an entry in the direction of the break with a stop near to the recent extreme of fractal on the other side of the trend line. So, this is the very, very important thing when you talk about RSI trend line strategy. To have a good, we need to have a good risk-reward ratio. And your stop, for example, in this example, stop loss ratio. So you will risk only 80 pips. But your gain will be 200, 300, 400. A lot of trade. For example, right now, I entered here. It was 23 October. It was 2 weeks ago. I entered Aussie short trade, and I didn't close this trade. Maybe the price will go up, but I'm sure in my strategy, I'm sure that price will go down more in the next weeks, and I'm keeping this long-term short trade. And I hope that my risk reward will be, I will show you when I draw fib levels. I'm sure that price will go at least to 0.2915, but maybe the price can go to 100% fib retracement as well. Now, when we talk about Efficacy strategy, I want, of course, to show you this, my strategy, but I must admit it's not simple, because the trading is not simple. If there is some kind of strategy that I learn, it's very simple and I can make a fortune. Everybody can do that. But it is not like that. I have losing trades, I have winning trades. I'm not perfect trader, but I'm sure that other traders are not perfect. I communicate at the Daily FX with Michael Boutros, David Song, Tyler, and talk with them every day. They're professional traders and analysts at the same time. And I see that they made mistakes too in the past. They make mistakes right now, but they create gains. Low risk, high profit, and so on and so on. So, sorry because this video is a little bit longer and I talk too much, but I want to talk with you to show myself, to talk about my Forex opinion, to talk about my Forex strategy, but at the same time I want to show to you that Forex trading is not easy task. It's very hard task. I trade almost 6 years. I read about 20 books at least, very good books, and I still learning. And it is not just a research and science. This is you need to monitor fundamental news, you need to read reports, to talk with people, to share your knowledge, to work on technical analysis. This is a very tough question. Believe me, I must admit that, for example, yesterday, more than 80% of all people thought that Eurodollar would go up. Fundamental news, ACB news, was I must say surprising, and you saw what's happened, and Eurodollar drop and everything. So I do not want to talk about that. I can just show you like this. You can see the drop from the 1.3515 to 1.3290. It's a huge drop, and this fundamental catalyst and news and everything was inspectable, and there is not a lot of people who created a huge profit yesterday. I receive reports from the Bloomberg. It's very expensive service, but I have some deal with other people, and all analysts and researchers and people didn't believe what's happened yesterday, for example. And this is the trading. We are not predictors. We should not predict the future. But sorry for this long speech. I will try now to be more faster, and I will try to show, for example, how we can trade using my strategy. Okay, I will use this kind of chart. This is the lovely chart, of course, black and green. I hope that you see this, what I do now. First, I will add, like I said, my favorite oscillator. It's a relative strength index, just to show a few things. Ho. Now should be white, like this, like this. This is the lovely. So this is the Aussie dollar. I took 4-hour chart, but I will shift time frames very easy. It's not problem. The first step, I add relative strength index. Then, like I said, I draw Fibonacci levels. I will took, for example, level. I will took level just right now. Okay. So let me find. This is the highest high in the year. This is the lowest low. Okay. We'll train the color. For example, let me put yellow color right now, of course. So this is the fib levels using daily chart from the highest high and lowest low in this year. Now I will do something different. I will find the lowest low and the highest high in the last month. For example, it can be like this. I will change a color to be some other color. Okay, now it should be white. Okay, so now what I did, I drew Fibonacci levels for month and year. This is it. When I go to the 30-minute time frames, I can see fib levels, and that fib levels are important. Very good traders, as Michael Butcher from Daily FX, for example, and some other that I met, use a Fibonacci expansion. And this is a very good tool, of course. When you have a high trend, we have, for example, bullish trend last several weeks and bearish trend last several weeks, and you want to predict the price, some level, price level, above that level, Fibonacci expansion is everything. It's very good tool. But now I don't want to complicate, because in that case this chart will have hundreds of fib levels, and that will be tough. So now we're watching this fib levels. So what I do now, first I will do this. Okay, we are now this week. I will try to see RSI to figure out where is the RSI is the best. For example, I'm using 30-minute, 1 hour or 4 hour chart, sometimes in daily chart. For example, on this 30-minute chart, we can draw a line like this. Oh, perfect. Can you see this? This is the chart. Excellent. And we have, like we can see, we have lowest low, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you believe this? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 spots, 5 important price on the same line. So if we see Aussie dollar, this trend line break, I'm sure we can see very strong bearish trend. But I admit and must say, because this is the 30-minute time frame, my target will be around 25 pips. But let me go on the 1 hour chart. We can monitor this in 1 hour chart, and this chart is different. Oh, this is really different, because this is the bearish bias. I can draw this line. So like we see, if we see trend line break this, it will be more up, more bullish trend. Right now it's a bearish trend. Lovely. So this is this kind of strategy where we need to watch RSI trend line on all kind of time frames, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, and so on and so on. And so we can draw here, for example. But what is different? If this trend line of 4 hour chart is broken, I can expect maybe 100 pips, maybe more. On a 1 hour chart, maybe 50 pips. On 30 minutes, at least 25 pips. So each chart represent different opportunity. And I describe my article. You need to be very nimble when you trade with 30-minute chart. Why? Because 25 pips you can achieve very fast. Sometimes I will wait and try to 50 pips using 30-minute chart, because in the same time the hourly chart trend line will be broken, and so on and so on. See, so why this is multi-time frame analysis? Because I will go from the 5-minute chart, 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart, 4 hour. I will watch all that time frames, and these time frames will give me informations where I should put my target. At first, my stop loss is defined. My stop loss will be first fib level above. If it is a bearish bias, no problem. But my target, it can be only 25 pips, but it can be 50 pips, and it could be 100 and more pips if a strong momentum and strong bearish trend. So this is the multi-time frame analysis. This is another answer on the question in that forum, MT5 forum, is this. I need to do that. So this is it. So I want to tell you something about price and price action. I use several triggers. One is a price action and fib levels. It's one very, very important trigger. And second one trigger is opening range, and I will talk you later about that. Now, to talk about price, there are different markets that cater to active trading, and different concepts apply to these markets. And we need to understand that most of them are subject to interpretation, not to mention criticism, because they offer bits of information which may not be all truth. Most of these pieces of information only serve as the predictions or projections, which means they're uncertain. But this is not the case when it comes to price action. So we need to understand that price action and market analyst is not predictor. I just analyze and can tell you we have this price level, above is bullish trend, below is bearish trend, or if we touch this price, there's a high probability that price will go to the other price level, and so on and so on. Price action focuses only on the past trading prices because these prices have already been traded. Price action only offers traders information that is completely true. This does not make it its ultimate trading tool, for unless traders have special mental powers, they will have no ability to foretell a future market occurrences. Every decision that they make will depend on how will they think they know the market and participating companies. This is the very, very important thing that we need to understand. And the price actions focus on prices that have already been traded. When it comes to this type of trading information, there are different methods by which traders can analyze the available data. So RSI indicator, this indicator shows previous prices from the past, and there is no indicator which can predict the future, except when you see high momentum in prices, you feel the market, you can just feel probability. That probability is on your side because you're a trend trader. This is the only thing that I want to talk about that. When we talk about opening range is a very complicated and simple method. You need to read a book from the Arthur Fisher, and book is called Logical Trader. You can see opening range in everything. Opening range of the week. It's a Monday highest high and lowest low. Above high, we can see more bullish trend. Below low, we can see more bearish trend. Then, opening range for Euro session from 8 sharp till 8 and 30 minutes GMT. We can see, for example, European session open 30 minutes, or when stock markets in US session is open about it's a 14.30 minutes till 15 GMT. This is the 30 minutes of opening range at US session. And if you see the price is going above highest high, or price go below lowest low from that opening range, and in the same time you have a RSI trend line that tells something, and at the same time you see high momentum in price action, and the same momentum you see that you approach for some fib level, you have a free triggers. Believe me, when I had that free triggers, I'm 90%, in 90% of all cases, I will have winning trade. Not always, but that kind of high momentum, and when all triggers, different triggers. I know people that use 3, 4, 5, 6 oscillators. All that oscillators, as I must admit, wrong choice, because they will always show the same. If I for example use now RSI and MACD, two oscillators, it's nothing. I can put 5 oscillators. They will show the same thing on the various ways, slightly different ways, but this is it. So the best approach is to have some trigger for price action, zigzag, or for example some fib levels, important levels, highest high, lowest low, something like that, and one oscillator, and your strategy can be very, very good. Now I put that opening range as a convention, as a good thing that can show me something more, and with that 3 triggers my strategy is complete. So like I said, I'm analyst, but I'm not predictor. Going back to the initial statement of people not having ability to predict future outcomes, and ignorance of trading is a mistake that most new traders make. In this practical business and war, the goal is to find the best deals, all available accessible information, including companies, past performance records, and etc. So this is the introduction video. Introduction video, little longer, where I want to say my philosophy of my trading, to talk about price action, to talk about charts. This is the only very, very, I must say, introduction video. In the next videos, I will try to answer all the questions from the forum. I will try to talk about my trading ideas, and so on and so on. But please watch my blog and forum, and you will see and you will get interesting videos, interesting information, interesting trading ideas, and so on and so on. So this is it. I was short. I didn't short example. I something forgot, and I need to tell you something about that. Like I said, we need to know to draw where is the RSI trend line. For example, some people will try, for example, to draw trend line like this, here, like this, and this is the mistake, because when you want to draw RSI trend line, and I see several times that, you need to find highest high on the chart. For that price, you find RSI. So this will be the first point, and then you will draw trend line. As you see, 1, 2. Now we can see the RSI trend breakout, and we need to close our trade around here. So this is the information that I forgot to tell you. So RSI trend line, we need to know when and how to draw. This is it. Introduction video. Thank you a lot. Sorry because I was I talked too much in this video. I just want to introduce myself, to talk about my strategy, my opinions, something like that. In the future I'll be much shorter, and I will talk only about problems that you ask me. So thank you a lot, and bye bye.